Coach, open statement, Will.
Coming off a bye week, much needed break for our football team. Able to recoup some guys from some injuries. Got some good work done. We got an early jump on Southern. Good looking football team. We're going down into Baton Rouge on this week. Looking forward to it. First conference game on the road. Everybody knows what this rivalry means when you talk about JSU and Southern. It's going to be a great atmosphere down there. A lot of fans down there. We're looking forward to it. But the thing for us, everyone counts now. So we got to be ready to go come this weekend.
Happy birthday, Coach.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. No, I'm working. This is the plan. I appreciate that, though. But that's what everybody been asking me. But football is life, right now. Now, we'll celebrate birthdays after I'm done, winning.
And last time you played Southern, you got a win SWAC championship, and you won twice against them last year. How are you going to make it, again, just keep that winning streak going?
Yeah, we've had some success against them. I can honestly say that, whether we've been on the road or here at the vet. Their team hadn't changed much, though, to be honest with you. They got a lot of guys coming back off last year's team, so they're going to be chopping at the bit to get back at us. But, we feel good about the team we'll be taking down there this weekend. So, like I said, we started on them, game planning for them last week, offensively, defensively. We define and clean up those game plans this week, but the guys are ready to go. I can honestly say they're ready to get to conference play, and they know what this game is all about.
First part of the question, Coach, where would you say this team is right now if you had to give a gauge?
I really, it's hard to say. It's a great question right now because, we hadn't clicked on all cylinders on offense right now. Defense, I think, is playing well. Special teams has been okay. But I know what we're capable of when everybody flips that switch, and it's going to happen here sooner or later. We're still finding ways to win football games, but it's going to be something special when all three phases, playing good football. But for me right now, I just hadn't seen it all come together yet. I can honestly say that as a head coach.
When you look at Southern, obviously Trey Holly comes into
the
running back that they have, former quarterback and former quarterback. How do you plan to limit or slow them down?
What we've been doing these last few weeks in football games, we strong in the box, with our linebackers on that second level up front on the defensive line. So we know Holly, he runs the ball hard, both backs. They got two good transfer backs in there that got great size. That's really running the ball well. Cam has great wheels. We saw that when he was here. We know what he can do once he gets out of the pocket, and also has a strong arm. But it's about the way we play the game. I've been telling people we've been doing an excellent job as a defensive side on the defensive side of the ball tackling, and we got to continue that against this group. We got to get these guys to the turf when they get to the second level. But it's on our defensive line versus their offensive line, and our linebackers versus their running backs.
Coach, you mentioned your offense not quite clicking on all cylinders yet. How do you think watching Jared be able to find receivers downfield and get those connections you've been looking for may have lit a fire under Jacoby and going into the conference play?
Well, one thing we know about Jared, he's going to let it go. And that's what those receivers want. We've been talking and bragging about all these the talent in that room, and you kind of got a taste of it when Jared was out there because he lets the football go. And Jacobian knows that. He knows he has to play better. In the passing aspect of our offense right now, we can run the ball, I feel like, on anybody. We got a strong offensive line. Our running backs run hard. We got a bunch of backs that can do it. But Jacobian being the guy that came back off last year's national championship team, he has to play better for us pushing the ball down the field and making those throws. And you see when it's a guy in there that's doing that, what we're capable of. I think we ended up with over 500 yards of offense. So very pleased with what Jared showed that day, though. As a true freshman on the football field, he kind of gave me some glimpses of a guy I played with named Robert Kent, back in the day. They're very similar with the height and the size and the arm strength and the talent, as a true freshman. So it's good to have two guys, but Jacobian, he's coming off an injury right now. He's upright, ready to go, and he knows what he has to do in order to get this offense going.
Coach, what stands out about Southern's team right now? They've made the change at offensive coordinator with Coach McNair, college plays now. Is there anything that really stands out to you about them?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I'm going to say it like this. Don't get it twisted. They got athletes. They got some players on that football team that can really play the game. I know they got a lot going on. They just bumped McNair up to OC. and trying to make some adjustments. But everybody is. Like I told our team yesterday, the preseason over now. Everything counts right now. You get those three, 4 games before you get into conference play. But Southern has always had athletes. They got guys on the perimeter that can play. They got they done play 2 or 3 quarterbacks that I think got talent. Huge offensive line on the defensive side of the ball. I think that's the strength of their football team is the defense. You talk about Kelby Givens. I mean, you better know where he's at on the football field and on each and every play. So they got guys that can play and they got some experience. So I'm not taking this game lightly at all. And then let's be honest, anytime you go down into Baton Rouge, you better have your mind right as a football team and as a program. So we'll be ready to go.
Speaking of that, with this being a rivalry game, how are you preparing your team mentally for the environment they'll face with all the fans cheering against them?
I'm just getting them ready for the long run in general. I told them also on yesterday's team meeting, we got 8 games to play. If you do well in those 8, then that creates a 9th game, and that's the SWAC championship. You do well in that one, that creates a 10th game, and that's your national championship game. So, all of them are important up to this point, no matter who we're playing. But this is just the next one up.
So y'all heard exactly what T.C. Taylor had to say about the assignment coming up against the Southern Jaguars at Southern in Baton Rouge. And Southern had a okay start to the season. Obviously, offensive coordinator situation we all know about, but Jackson State played a tough Southern Miss team, showed that they can compete. Other than that, man, been dominating, winning all the games. So it's definitely going to be one of those situations where I think Jackson State is going to get on top of Southern. Probably be a battle in the first quarter, maybe first half, because coming in the second half, I just think that Jackson State run game is just going to take over. So we're going to see how Jacoby and Morgan is holding up. But if he's not doing what needs to be done, getting that ball downfield, I don't think TC is going to have a problem taking him out fast at all, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.